Okay, greetings to all. I'm Dr. M. Shakti Mohan, Associate Professor. So, in today's video content, we are going to discuss about the K-map simplification, right? That is a Karnaugh map simplification, and especially we are going to discuss about the five-variable K-map simplification of Boolean function. In the previous video, we have discussed about the K-map simplification in terms of two variable, three variable, and four variable. That is a 2-bit, 3-bit, and 4-bit. In this video, we are going to discuss about the five variable K-map. That is a 5-bit Boolean function. So, what is the process and how we will do the problems? So, likewise, we are going to discuss in this video. So, we'll see one by one. Okay. So in the previous section, we have discussed about three kind of K maps. That is a two variable K map. Okay. So two variable K map means, I hope you know that. Okay. So it contains only four boxes, right? So this is how the K map will be there. That is A, this side A will be there and this side B will be there. So 0, 1 and 0, 1 will be there. Okay. So likewise, the two variable K map will be there. So in terms of three variable means the K-map structure will be like this. That is, we have three input. That is A this side and B and C is this side. Okay, and if it is four variable means it is a 4x4 box. Okay, one, two, three. So 4x4 box will be there, and the structure will be this side AB and this side CD will be there. Okay. So depends on the input. So we will fill it out the input inside the box, and after fill it out the input. So with the help of mapping, we will map the min terms, and after mapping through the slash out method, we will find out the final answer, right? So this is what the 2-bit, 3-bit, and 4-bit K map. And in today's content, we are going to discuss about five variable K-map. So five variable K-map in the sense, uh, totally five variables will be there. That is A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, so how to map in terms of five variable. So today we are going to discuss. Okay, so we'll enter into the topic. So this is what the skeleton for the five variable K map, right? Okay, so five variable K map means two four variable K map will be used it here, and in that there is one small trick, that is in this box A will be considered as 0, and in this box A will be considered as 1. Okay, and apart from the A0 and A1, and both the box having the BC and DE inputs. So you can see, so in this box also having the inputs of BC and DE, and the same will be there in the second box also, right? Okay, so whatever the mapping terms which will be available in the first box, so that contains a term as a 0, that is A bar will be there, and whatever the mapping terms which will be available in the second box which contains A as a 1 term, so that is A term will be there. Okay, so here the A term is included as A bar, and here the A term is included as A. Okay, so definitely for the students, definitely you will ask one question. In case both the box having same mapping means what will be there? So definitely that question will be arise. Okay, so for that the answer is actually A plus A bar is equal to what? So A plus A bar is equal to 1. So that means if the common mapping will be there in both the box means, so the term doesn't contain the term called A. Okay, it is actually 1. Okay, so that is what the actual principle, and apart from that the remaining and all very same only. Okay, so you have to start the numbers from 0, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then 8, 9, 10 and 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Okay, so in the four variable K map up to from 0 to 15 the terms will be there, and since it is a five variable K map, okay, so once the 15 is completed in the first box, okay, so you have to start with 16. Okay, 16 to 31 you have to fill it out here, right? So this is what the basic skeleton for the five variable K map. Okay, so next we will go for the mapping things, right? Okay, we'll discuss. Okay, see, this is how you have to map the items. Okay, so I hope you know the basic things regarding K map. um, So you have to map the min terms like you have to map single one or double one or four ones or eight ones. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8 ones or 16 ones. Okay, so this is how we have to map the min terms in the k map, right? Since I already told you, okay, so if separate mapping there from this box now, so for that answer you have to mention a bar as an additional term. Okay, so likewise, if separate term will be there from this k map now, for the term you have to mention a as an additional term. If common mapping is there now, so a plus a bar is equal to 1, so no need to mention the a term. Okay, so that is what the basic principle. And apart from that, the mapping and all very same only, right? Okay, so we'll enter into the problem. See, they just mention one problem. Simplify the Boolean function f of a comma b comma c comma d comma e is equal to, since it is a 5 variable, it contains totally 5 variables. So summation m 0 comma 2 comma 4 comma 6 comma 9 11 13 15 17 21 25 27 29 and 31. Okay, so you know that since it is a SOP function, because it is mentioned as a summation as well as small m, so for the given terms you have to put 1. Okay, and for the remaining term you have to mention as a 0. If you want to mention, you can mention, otherwise no need to mention it here. Okay, so now it is very simple. So once you plot the k-map, so plotting means just to put 1 for whatever the term which will be given in the sum, right? So you can see for 0, 1 will be there, and next 2 1 they just mention, and for 4 1, and for 6 1. So likewise the entire thing will be there, right? Okay, so now you can see now you are going to start the mapping. So the primary mapping will be common mapping. Okay, so you can see both the k-map box la, so definitely one or more common mapping will be there. Okay, so first you have to map that item. So you can see here, this is what the common mapping. Okay, so this 4 1 and this 4 1. Okay, so this is what the common mapping. So if you simplify the answer for this now, the answer will be B, E will be there. Okay, since I already told you, if the mapping is common for both the k-map boxes now, no need to mention A bar or A, because, okay, so in this box, there will be a mentioning of A bar, and in this box, there is a mentioning of A. Okay, so since it is a common mapping, so A bar plus A is equal to 1. So that means you have to mention like this, that is BE into 1. Okay, so 1 means don't worry. Okay, so just mention BE alone. Okay, so once you completed the common mapping, so next you have to map the separate mapping. Okay, so separate mapping in the sense in this box there is a mapping, and in this box, second box, there is a mapping. Okay, so we have to map those items. Okay, so you can see, so the next mapping is separate mapping. Okay, so you can see, so this 2 1 and this 2 1 you have to map, right? Okay, so that is a folded mapping, that is a 4 folded mapping. Okay, if you simplify the answer now, so it will produce B bar into E bar. Okay, so the simplification and all we have already discussed in the previous video. So you please check it in the previous video, right? Okay, so B bar and E bar will be there, and in the initial itself I have told you. So whatever the mapping which will be there from this box, you have to mention A bar as a term. Okay, so A bar as an additional term. Why? Because this box contain A is equal to 0. So 0 means bar. Okay, so for this mapping, the final answer is A bar into B bar into E. Okay, so now the first box K map is completed, and we will just move into the second box. Okay, so second box like again there is a 4 mapping structure will be there. Okay, so you can see this 4 mapping. Okay, so if you map this item now, so from this you can get the answer as D bar into E, and again you have to mention the additional term, because this box contain A as a 1, so that means you have to mention as additional term of A. So the final answer is A into D bar into E. So the overall final answer is, okay, as we got the answer. The f is equal to a bar b bar into e bar plus the second separate mapping a into d bar into e plus the common mapping, that is b into e. Okay, so this is how you have to map the that is simplify the Boolean function using 5 variable k map. Okay, so there are two boxes will be there. In the first box you have to mention a as a 0, that is a bar, and the second box you have to mention a as a 1, that is a. Okay, so whatever the mapping will be there as a common term now, so no need to mention the additional term, that is a term, no need to mention. If the mapping will be there from the first box now, you have to mention the additional term as a bar, and if it is a mapping will be there from the second box now, you have to mention the additional term as a. Okay, so this is how you have to mapping the things. Okay, so let me discuss about one more example. So you can see, so the second example is f of a comma b comma c comma d comma e is equal to summation small m 0, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27 and 29 and 31, right? Okay, so initial itself very simple, right? You have to mention the, you have to plot the k map. Okay, so plot the k map. After that, first you have to map the common mapping. Okay, so here what is the common mapping? You can see the group 4 is having the common mapping. Okay, so group 4 having the common mapping, this 4 1. Okay, this 4 1 is a common mapping. Okay, so next any other common mapping is there? Yes, it is there. What is that now? This 2 1. Okay, so this one, and this one, and this one, this is also a common mapping. And after that, I hope there is no common mapping will be there, all other are separate mappings. Okay, so first you have to map the min terms, and after mapping a slash out method you have to find the answer. Okay, whatever the mapping there from a common term, no need to mention the additional term, that is a. Okay, and if it is the mapping is there from this box now, you have to mention as additional term as a bar. See, you can see this is a separate mapping. Okay, so in this box alone this mapping will be there. Okay, for this the actual answer is b bar c d bar into e. Okay, since it is a separate mapping and which is lies in the a is equal to 0 came a box, so that we have to mention the additional term as a bar. Okay, likewise here you can see for this mapping the actual answer is b bar d bar into e bar. Okay, and since it is a k-map box which contain a is equal to 1, so that means you have to mention an additional term as a. Okay, so this is how you have to map, you have to simplify the 5 variable Boolean function using 5 variable k-map. I hope you understand the concept. So in today's content we have discussed about the basics of k-map as well as the simplification of Boolean function in terms of 5 variables, that is 5-bit Boolean functions we have simplified. Okay, thank you.